مرحبا، معكم غيدة مجذوب. واليوم رح نحكي عن عالم موازي إلى عالمنا اللي عم نعيشه، اللي هو عالم ميتافيرس اللي مؤخرا انحكى كتير فيه. واليوم رح نحكي عن عالم خلقته سيدة وهو له علاقة بالسيدات، وهو له علاقة أيضا بهالميتافيرس وهو الفينوسفيرس. اليوم رح نحكي مع سيدة ولدت بكندا ورح تحكي لنا اليوم من كندا أيضا عن موضوع الفينوسفيرس، وهي الفاوندر والسي او لهالشركة. يا أهلا وسهلا فيك جانيل شلوحي معنا اليوم من اونتاريو. اهلا وسهلا. واكيد اليوم نحن سعداء بوجودك معنا، لانه سعداء انه تم ادخال عالم المراه والفينوس الى عالم الميتافيرس. خلينا بالاول نعرف الناس عن جانيل، كيف ابتديتي بعملك وبمشوارك بهذا الموضوع وصولا الى فينوسفيرس.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Ghida. It's beautiful to be here. Wonderful to be a guest on your show.
Thank you.
And I will start by telling the brief story of how I got into this. It's back in early 2021. Jose was actually looking into something called NFTs at the time, non-fungible tokens, and he was reading about it. And because I have an undergraduate degree in both art and political science, he looked at me and said, you need to look at this. You need to read up on NFTs.
Exactly.
This is something you're going to love. It's art, it's tech, because I come from a background of tech too. It's you need to look into it. So I started reading up about it, and I was immediately drawn to it, the art aspect especially, and how it's a world for the new creator economy. So creators can actually have a chance to make quite a bit of money in this space. So I started looking into it more. بصراحة بلشت أحكي مع نسوان all over that I'm connected to, especially here in Canada, and none of them were in the Web3 space or crypto space or NFT. And so I started looking even deeper into it.
Actually, it's in the world of the new generation. هي أكتر new generation هلا كلهم غاطسين بالكريبتو كرنسي بالان اف تيز، كلهم بتحكيهم هلا. كل هدول اليونج جنريشن من ال 18 بلس كلهم غاطسين بهذا العالم، و they feel that they are really connected و this is what will make them money وكل هذا الشيء. والان اف تيز صار part of their daily language إذا فينا نقول.
Good, yes, that's how it should be. But within Canada, unfortunately, the percentage is only 5% of women are actually in this space.
Unfortunately.
And 95% of men are in this space. So when I came across that statistic, I realized there's a fundamental issue. In Canada, they're going to be left behind. They're not going to be entering into the next generation wealth economy.
Actually, in all of the world, مش بس in Canada يعني.
Yes, different statistics in different parts of the world, but I would say the statistic in Canada is a little bit lower. So for the country that we are, to be completely honest with you. So there I saw an opportunity. Someone had to do something about it. I was in a point in my life where I was ready to make a change and start something new. And so I decided to birth VenusVerse.
Exactly. And this is how your profile caught my attention على LinkedIn. أنا بلاقي LinkedIn is a world by itself كمان لحاله. عن جد، لأنه world of professionals كل شخص فيه داخل على هالعالم حتى يقدر فعلا يتعرف على professionals مثله. و this is how your profile مثل ما قلت caught my attention، وحسيت إنه عن جد I have to highlight your story، لأنه عن جد أنا I'm always looking for people عملوا success stories بالدياسبورا تبعيتهم. أنت خلقتي هون، عشتي بالسعودية for a part of your life. كل الفيكيشنز تبعولك كانوا بلبنان، وأيضا عشتي مثل ما قلنا most of your life هون بكندا where you are raising your kids. So كمان هون بدنا نقول انه انت حبيتي تدخلي هالعالم الى سيدات. قديش بلشتي تحسي انه women are really يعني eligible، او مش بس eligible، they are eligible بس they are eager to go into this world كمان.
Yeah, so as I started talking to more women after actually VenusVerse came to life and I started talking to more women, there was a lot of excitement. And no, what do you mean? There's this whole new world that we don't know about. So they actually started learning a little more and looking into it a little more. And we actually have sessions that we deliver for women to 75-minute sessions, basically everything end-to-end Web3 at a very high level. But by the end of the 75 minutes, they actually understand how they can apply this to their world. And they can understand how they can apply what they do right now in the world of Web2 is what we call it, into the world of Web3. And then they can take it from there. We will be growing other learning opportunities, but right now at a very high level, it's just women entering into Web3.
طب let's explain أكتر Web3. What do you mean by Web2, Web3؟ يعني حتى نكون أكتر عم نحكي نحن اليوم، لأنه it's a casual conversation just to get introduced to this world. يعني نحن عم نحكي هلا مع everybody. كل اللي عم يحضروا channel تبعيتي they are women, they are men, they are young generation. So نحن we want to introduce this to their world. بدنا ندخلهم إياها in a very casual way.
Yeah, and quite honestly, this is not only for Canada. Lebanon can really benefit from the world of
أكيد.
Web3. Let's put
أكيد.
that on the table. So Web3 is the third iteration of the internet. So if you think about Web1, what it was essentially a way of communication. So email primarily, AOL Messenger, all those what we call now historic technology. Web2 is what we're in right now. So if you think about it, it's a lot more centralized. A lot of the big companies, especially social media companies like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, very centralized, and basically they own your data, and they make a lot of money. And so that is the world of Web2 right now. It's the world we're in. Web3 is actually the world we're in as well. Although a lot of people are still hesitating, there's no turning back. The technology is quite amazing. And it is a third iteration of the internet. And what it's designed to be is a very decentralized model. So instead of all the big conglomerates coming in and taking control, it's very decentralized. It's peer-to-peer. It lives on the blockchain. The blockchain technology is quite amazing, and it can't be reversed. So everything is cryptographically inscribed on the blockchain. None of it can be reversed. It can't be tampered with. Very transparent, which I personally love. You can see every transaction, when it was done, what time. So it's this new world where you're actually engaging peer-to-peer, and it's powered by cryptocurrency. So the beauty of that is that you can transact anywhere across the world with anybody without having to go through any central entities. So the example I love.
كثير حلو. هيدا فعلا it's really beautiful لانه عن جد مثل ما قلتي بالعاده لما واحد he has to follow a certain خلص big company بحس حاله انه he is really هيك مثل انه obliged to go after it. بس انه لما بحس حاله هو قادر to go on his own ويقدر يشتغل مثل ما قلتي peer to peer, this is really very nice لانه بحس حاله هو he is independent, he's able to do his own decisions, he's able to take own of his actions. يعني هيدا كمان كثير مهم.
Well, not just that. I mean, we can interact anywhere across the world. To me, it's a great opportunity for the world to start coming together in different ways and interacting in different ways. And I see this as a solution for so many things, so many issues we have right now in the world of Web2. And to me, Web3 is a great reset for how we can build something better, more meaningful for everybody in this world. And it provides a lot more equity. So the beauty of removing all the middle people is that you actually get to keep more money yourself between the peers, right? The one example I like to give, and this is an example specifically for the Western world, but a home in St. Petersburg, Florida was sold as an NFT, non-fungible token. The deed of the home was listed as an NFT. So sold peer-to-peer. But what this did was allow them to not worry about credit score. They didn't have to worry about credit score. They didn't have to worry about going through a bank, a realtor, or a lawyer or anything. They just sold the house peer-to-peer and saved so much money between both of them. And they bypassed all the processes that are currently in place that are, quite frankly, hurdles for a lot of people in Canada and in the US. You know, credit scores, banks, all the systems we have to go through right now.
Exactly. طب هون كمان نعرف انه كل currencies all over the world, especially when we talk about the dollar, which is the most كمان used currency in the world, كمان نعرف انه cryptocurrency قديش هلا it's being عن جد used. كمان بنفس الوقت كمان it's fluctuating sometimes. So a lot of people are investing in it, but a lot of people are scared of it كمان لانه بحسوا حالهم انه when they want to invest definitely they should diversify between a lot of things يعني crypto and other things. بس بحسوا حالهم اوقات كمان خايفين لانه ما قادرين يحطوا all their investments in cryptocurrency لانه كمان they know it is fluctuating. يعني لما ايلون ماسك قادر يحط بس ايلون معه billions of dollars ما بيخاف من شيء. بس لما يكون شخص عنده small investment بيكون خايفين to invest it in such كمان it's such مثل ما بيقولوا serious thing لانه بعده مش عارف حاله قديش it's stable.
Yeah, so there's a few things there. First and foremost, none of this is financial advice, but what I will say is that, yes, you're totally right. Diversifying your assets in any way, shape, or form, everybody should be thinking about diversifying. We're about to go through a global recession. I mean, we don't talk about it enough, right? It's not just a cryptocurrency world. It's every single currency at this point. So not focusing on the crypto aspect, it's really, there's a lot of changes that are coming, in my personal opinion. And no better time to start in what we call a bear market, where the market is very low, to start looking into it and start thinking about investing, because everything is at a much lower price right now. And you can, start investing at a very low rate. It doesn't have to be a lot, but the idea is to start looking into it. The idea is to look into what cryptocurrency can do, because if you think about it, if I want to buy something from somebody in Lebanon through cryptocurrency, I don't have to go through any wire transfers. I don't have to go through a Western Union. I don't have to go through a bank. I can just buy from that person directly through crypto. I don't have to exchange the money.
Exactly.
It's mobilizing a global movement. So we should all be thinking about cryptocurrency, quite honestly, and looking at, what are the biggest stable coins right now? What are the tokens right now that people are looking at and thinking about? And if you can invest a little bit at a time, it's a great place to start during a bear market.
Exactly. طب هون يعني كمان اكيد في recessions كثير وفي inflation كثير كمان هيدا العالم it's really unstable at this time. وهون كمان لما بنحكي NFTs يعني these tokens كمان اذا بنشرح شوي اكثر بعد للاودينس اللي عم يتابعنا just to go more into details نعرفهم what are really the NFTs.
Yeah, so NFT, well, first and foremost, I want to talk about Ethereum because Ethereum is a Canadian technology.
Exactly.
It was actually built 5 minutes from my house at the University of Waterloo. That's where Vitalik actually went to university. So with Ethereum, my personal opinion, there are different controversies around this. With Ethereum, Web3 was birthed. So there's a lot of different technologies that were layered upon Ethereum. Non-fungible tokens is one of those technologies, NFTs. If you think about the metaverse and interacting in the metaverse, you will be able to interact in the metaverse through avatars, which are also NFTs, through cryptocurrency. You will need likely tickets in the form of NFTs as well. So there's a lot that, and it's not just the metaverse and NFTs, there's a lot more smart contracts. Smart contracts is revolutionary, and basically allows for interactions on the blockchain through AI without having to interfere with it. It just, basically does a transaction on the back end by itself. So a lot of these technologies were birthed with Ethereum, in my personal opinion, which is Canadian. So I want to make sure to state that right now, because a lot of people don't know
we're so proud. We're so proud of it. عن جد, this country has took us in. عن جد, we are so proud of it. Definitely.
Yes, and actually the CEO of Binance is also Canadian, and we don't talk about that either. So wanted to put that on the table too. But yeah, so non-fungible tokens, basically what they are is exactly what they sound like. They're non-fungible. They can't be replicated. There's only one of its kind on the blockchain. Yeah. There isn't another. And basically what it does is it's an authentication process. Basically it assigns that NFT to a specific individual and shows that this individual owns that right, and it's recorded on the blockchain. And an example of that is I have art in my home. I have a beautiful picture of Fayrouz in my home that was painted by a beautiful Lebanese artist. But I can't prove that anywhere publicly that this I own unless somebody comes to my home and sees this. But on the blockchain, you prove that this is yours. You own this. And even in the museum, the Louvre can prove, obviously, we all know they own the Mona Lisa.
Of course.
They prove it on the blockchain. And so anything else that's replicated out there is negated.
Yes.
Basically it's a form of authenticity, but it's also a great innovation. It's not just about art. Like I said, I mean, deeds for homes will be listed as NFTs, books, magazines. So Time Magazine actually put out the very first issue of their magazine on the blockchain with Vitalik on the cover because it's an NFT, smart. But it also does help fight fake news. I mean, once it's recorded on the blockchain and it's a JPEG, it's something that actually helps to fight fake news. Press releases will be issued this way. Tickets, like I said, will be issued this way. So it's actually an innovation that has so much potential. Plane tickets, airplane tickets will be issued this way.
Yeah, that's excellent. Really, and especially fake news. يعني كمان unfortunately بنلاحظ with the social media all over the world, anybody can spread any fake news. يعني they can even just put it together. في واحد يركب شو ما بده قصص وفي واحد to spread the word around and make it عن جد believable a lot of people, which is really harmful to others. So هيدا شيء كمان it's a major problem with all these fake news. طب هون لما بنحكي كمان إذا how can we talk about this to Lebanon? يعني how could it be beneficial to Lebanon? Lebanon is suffering. يعني it's going through its worst and the disastrous economic crisis that has ever been before. Never. So additionally عن جد نحس إنه Lebanon can benefit from such a thing and can really يعني نوعا ما يرجع شوي to stand on its feet. لأنه unfortunately Lebanon is living كل هدول قصص بيقولوا دولار whatever هدول كلهم they are ghost يعني currency. لأنه قاعدين عندهم بالبنك they just see it take on a statement they do not have it. So it's really a ghost. فينا نعمل بعد a new currency which is a ghost currency unfortunately, which is really very sad and very bad to all of us. But Akif, how can we help Lebanon in such a thing?
Yeah, and this is where I can get myself in a little trouble, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah. Go on. Right behind you. Go ahead.
So أول شيء بدي أقول إنه my heart breaks for Lebanon every single day. صراحة يعني إنه such a beautiful country. So many talented individuals. Like we have a very technical country, trilingual. I always tell people, you want to hire like a real entrepreneur, somebody who can come in and really do some great things for you, hire Lebanese. Obviously, of course, Canadian, of course, but outside of Canada, hire Lebanese. So my heart always breaks. And I think Web3 is a solution for Lebanon as a whole. Yeah. We need internet, but you know, solar panels are now being introduced to Lebanon. Solar panels should have been introduced to Lebanon decades ago.
Long time ago.
We have all the sun in the world. So, you know, it's something that we should have been using a long time ago. So I'm happy to see that it's now more affordable. But Web3 as a whole, because we're a technical society, has the potential for, you know, you have engineers, you have math engineering, you know, any kind of technical, environmental, like I know University of Balamant, for example, has a great environmental program. Yeah. So they can actually help solve for some of the issues in the environment as well. So there's quite a bit of technical expertise that we can actually leverage. And I personally think cryptocurrency, because of our current situation, cryptocurrency is our solution. Yeah. It is our solution to bypass everything that's happening with the banks right now. Because like I said, remember, you take the bank out of the equation. So when you take the bank out of the equation, you're no longer dependent on it. You actually work peer-to-peer. And that's why cryptocurrency as a whole, whether we mine it as a country, which there's a lot of potential there, whether we use it to interact with one another, you know, whether we want to build things for other countries. Quite honestly, there's so many countries right now that are hiring technical expertise. But of course, we come back to the internet. So I don't know if Elon wants to send us a few Starlinks too, you know, kind of position it over Lebanon. Why not? Let us do it.
You're welcome. So it's a call for Elon. Please listen to us and send us whatever you want, whatever you can. He can do a lot of things, but no, he has to hear our voice. This is our problem. Yani. In Lebanon, as we said, all Lebanese people are still dependent on the banks because our money is in the banks. So it's not in our hands. يعني عرفتي خلص صارت القصة ما بقى قادرين يعملوا شيء ثاني لأنه otherwise يعني مش otherwise بعدها مثل ما قلنا it is really a ghost currency at the time and at the moment. So بنقول كيف ممكن نطلع من هيدي المشكلة إن شاء الله يا رب نقدر نخلص منها very soon لأنه حتى we cannot afford to get cryptocurrency يعني طب هلا the people who have this money that is really stuck in the banks شو فيهم يعملوا؟
Yeah. So and I don't even know, can credit cards work? I hear all kinds of different you know, reports on that. But you obviously, if you want to buy cryptocurrency, if you can afford to take some money out of the bank and find a way to buy cryptocurrency, definitely think about doing that for sure. Again, not financial advice, just, you know, way of diversifying your assets, especially in a country like Lebanon right now. And if we can get more people thinking about crypto and figuring out how to operate within crypto, and quite honestly, we have a lot of really rich people in Lebanon. Let's just put it that way, because it's been a lot of money consolidated.
It's just a small minority now, and it's just a small percentage. Otherwise, everybody else is living beneath the line of poverty.
I'm not even talking about the general public. I'm talking about the people who we all know have money.
Yeah.
If they were really leaders, what they would do is put a system in place for the general public to be able to thrive. Exactly. If they were really leaders, okay?
Not just leaders, if they had any conscience and if they were really feeling with the people what they are suffering, definitely this would have happened a long time ago. خاصة قصة السولار system, in a country where there are 300 days out of 365 sunny days, a long time ago it should have been invested in قصة السولار systems, but unfortunately هلا when they were able to start a mafia to invest كمان in the social system كمان كلهم هلا صاروا عم يجيبوا السولار panels لحتى يبيعوهم كل واحد in his own mafia كل واحد in his own way so as to be able to get profits. They cannot do anything without getting profits from it. So this is really very sad. The corruption that's going on, it's unreal. مش مقبول بقى خلص مش مفروض. وhopefully عن جد we can find solutions for this لأنه this is what we are looking for. بقى هون كمان لما بنحكي عن هذا الموضوع it's really very interesting that's why أنا مثل ما قلت I approached you لأنه عن جد VenusVerse حبيت إنه كمان إنه غير إنه لأنه دخلتي فيه الwomen اللي هي إن شاء الله المفروض تكون مش بس بكندا all over the world تكون she's more involved in everything that's really له علاقة بالتكنولوجي وكمان it can help everybody all around the world. It can help all the new generation لأنه هن they are the future كمان تبعنا. بقى قديش عن جد نقدر ندخل هيك شيء بعالمهم So أنا بالنسبة لي أنت هلا أنت عم تقولي you cannot give a financial advice I know, but because of your يعني of your experience that you have built, I know it's still هيك مثل ما بيقولوا it's a young experience, but still you can give them advice. So قديش فينا عن جد نعطي advice let's say للwomen, everybody around the world and in Lebanon especially, that what they are going through now.
Yeah, so the one thing I would say, so women in general, let's start there, and I want to start with that because the Supreme Court ruling in the United States is a really big issue that we should all be talking about. We don't see it necessarily as a bigger picture, but when the leader of the free world makes a decision to take women's rights back 50 years, there's a ripple effect across the world with that, because they're technically the leader of the free world and are seen that way. So I personally believe Canada has the potential to really, really boom in this place and shine. And I'm very proud of how Trudeau handled that situation.
Yeah,
we spoke to a number of countries around the world to really bring light to this. So as women as a whole, we need to be in a place where we are thinking more for our collective too, because clearly we can't be at the mercy, and being taken back 50 years. We just can't. We have way too much to offer. Women as a whole think for the collective. And if you think about white collar crime and crimes around the world, how many of them are done by women? I would love to know that statistic. There are some for sure, but how many are done by women? Because, we do think for the collective innately, naturally, we do it. We just do it. And we need to be promoting more women to be in more leadership positions and to be thinking about, politics, for example. Clearly, we need a lot more women in politics.
Yes.
Even through business, taking that leap of faith. We are a little risk adverse because, like I said, we're thinking about a number of different things when we make decisions. But sometimes we just need to jump in. We just need to jump in and lead, especially if we know we're confident and we know we can lead. So that's first and foremost for women. Jump in. Don't hesitate, especially around business. If anyone wants to talk about entrepreneurship, I'm always happy to talk to them about entrepreneurship and give them guidance on that. For women in Canada, definitely thinking about, the Web3 space. There's so much potential for us here. We can do everything that we do right now in Web2 and Web3. And we're going through something called, obviously, a great resignation, where a lot of people are leaving their jobs. A lot of women are leaving their jobs. A lot of men are leaving their jobs. So now is the best time to be read up on what Web3 is, to learn more about what Web3 is, and to figure out how to implement your expertise right now that you're applying in Web2 into the world of Web3. That's for women in Canada. For women in Lebanon, oh my gosh, my heart goes out to every single one of them.
Exactly.
And this is, again, my personal opinion. I feel that Niswan Lebanon li masakul balad throughout all of this stuff.
Exactly.
Women in Lebanon,
they should be more leaders عن جد, women leaders قاعدين taking over مزبوط, لأنه هن they are taking over هن as a population, بس يا ريتهم بيقعدوا عند جد and they can lead on top of the on top of the مثل ما بيقولوا of the pyramid, لحتى يحسوا حالهم عن جد قادرين يعملوا شيء, لأنه هلا هن عم يحكموا as a population بس مش قادرين يوصلوا ل big positions in the governments وكل هدول القصص, عم بيوصلوا شوي and it's a very small quota, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't even know that they need to be in political positions anymore in Lebanon to make a massive difference, to be honest with you. Maybe it's on the outside. But if you think about the last 40 years in Lebanon, the women have really held the country together. It's always been the women. We haven't been the one corrupting the country. So we have been the ones to hold the country together. No one's better to lead in Lebanon than women. Period.
Exactly. 100%. 100%. Exactly.
All Lebanese women should be thinking about Web3. They should all be learning about Web3. They should all be thinking about diversifying, if they can, into crypto as well, and just looking at the potential of what that world has to offer. So that's my advice for Lebanese women. Jump in, do whatever you can. I know it's easier said than done, and I'm not trying to sit here and be ignorant to everything that they're experiencing right now. But there is a whole world out there that I think needs Lebanese women.
Exactly. And if someone wants to join VenusVerse, how could they?
In which way? As in learning, or
as in learning first, or as being part of the team?
Yeah, so I'm always happy to talk to anybody about any positions. Right now, again, we're a startup, we're growing, so we grow incrementally, and especially during a bear market, we're just making selective decisions. But I'm always happy to talk to anybody about any position they're interested in.
And the workshops that you are doing?
The workshops are online right now. They're one-to-one online sessions, but we will be closing that and putting it kind of like a self-guided learning session too. And hopefully making it even a little bit cheaper so that women can get in and learn what Web3 is. So right now online at www.venusverse.ca, we have our educational sessions listed. We also have our NFT collection, which the idea behind the NFT collection is to build a community of women. I'm doing it very differently than how collections have been run right now. Because we are so new in the game, there's a lot of room for a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be done a certain way. So I'm doing it very differently. But I'm trying to build a little bit of a collective of women where we can interact and work together and help each other. And then the final thing will be an incubator, hopefully, to help grow Web3 companies, digital incubator across Canada. So that will be the third thing. So if you're interested in any of those pieces, please do reach out to me. I will make sure to also include my email. It's janelle@venusverse.ca. So please reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you.
Definitely, and they can see them now on the screen. They will. I will put them also on the screen so that they can be able to reach out to you. As you said, definitely, it's a big world, and it's something that can really be beneficial to everybody, and especially to empower women. Definitely, that's really very helpful to all of them. أنا مبسوطة كثير إنه كنتي معي اليوم Janelle, and this will not be our last interview. Definitely, this would be the beginning of a new هيك era, لأنه عم نحكي عن هالموضوع, which is really هلا يعني going on, and we can always talk about it, لأنه مثل ما بنقول دايما technology keeps running ونحن بنركض وراها. But definitely, thank you so much for being with me today, and this is inshallah the beginning of other interviews coming.
Absolutely, Ghida. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for reaching out to me. I love speaking to you and hope to do more of this as well.
Inshallah, definitely. Thank you so much and have a great day. We'll see you very soon. Thank you. فإذا لحتى تحضروا هاللقاء مع جانيل شلوحي مثل ما قلنا الفاوندر والسي او ل VenusVerse، فيكم تعملوا سبسكرايب على اليوتيوب شانل لإلي، وأنا بشوفكم بلقاء جديد.